Hey, what's going on to all of my Leos? Let's get into it for this reading. So, for the Leos, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, the King of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Magician, and then you have the Judgment. So, one of the things I'm seeing for you Leos is y'all are in a situation right now where y'all got a lot of good things coming to y'all. Ten of Pentacles, a lot of y'all don't really have the time right now. A lot of you Leos don't really have the time right now to really be worrying about relationships that work or if they don't work. That's the right mentality to have, because the relationship is not very difficult to create and maintain. Obviously, there will be challenges that come up. Absolutely, there will. But at the same time, it does not mean that just because obstacles come up, then it means that the actual context of a real functional relationship is supposed to be hard. Not really. Not really. That's just the social media context of it. That's the dramatization of it. The fact that people are out here choosing wrong. And this is why it is that you have the Fool card. The Fool represents you're supposed to be able to let your mind relax. See, this is why the Fool is very important. This is why the Fool is the most powerful card in the entire tarot deck. It's because the Fool represents freedom. That's what the Fool represents. Freedom, physical freedom, mental freedom. The idea that people are looking at you like you're foolish is a good thing, because they don't understand the science of why you do what you do. So you end up out here, chewing some gum, but you end up out here being in a situation where what you've got going on is, because you achieve that level of freedom, that level of mental freedom, it affords you that level of physical freedom. Because once you understand systems and how systems work, like you're beginning to understand, a lot of you Leos are going to understand that there's no need for you to really be stressing yourselves up and getting yourselves bent out of shape and out here caught up and in certain situations. There's really no need for that. And the reason why I'm saying that in the first place is due to the fact that it's really due to the fact that you Leos are brighter than what it is a lot of people give you credit for, right? But it's the mentality that comes along with it. The idea that it's not you, it's them, right? The people who play games are the ones who are delusional, right? Because I've asked this question many a times. Is it that these people are masterminds and they're very able to be manipulative? Or is it that they're running game? And this is what the King of Swords represents. The King of Swords represents that understanding that it's people who are ultimately out of their mind. Because why are you going to play games with somebody who's treating you like gold? What part of the game is that? Let's just say if you're trying to learn game, what part of the game is that? To mess over or do people dirty who is treating you like gold, like a king, like a queen. That came from your heart. That's what's coming from their heart, Leo. To be disrespectful, that's from their heart, really? So a lot of you Leos, now that you Leos have got that, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Swords, people are coming in who are trying to play that con job with you, and a lot of you Leos ain't going for it. And you know what to do for the future. Anytime somebody come through with that kind of game, it's time for you to leave them alone because they're obviously running game. Obviously, they're running game. These two cards are trying to show you that you are going to be met with some fine individuals, but you still have to let them go because they're still into the games. A lot of people who are physically attractive and fine, a lot of them like to play games with people because they think that they can get over on that pretty or handsome privilege. I'm so handsome that I think that you ain't gonna do anything about me standing you up or me gaslighting you and putting you onto a whole bunch of lies. You ain't gonna do anything about that, Leo. Show them what time it is. Let them go for future references. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands here represents this being a situation for you where what's happening here is the next thing for you to do is for you Leos to understand that you need to understand about yourself that you Leos are out here looking for quality. You don't care about quantity, or you shouldn't care about quantity. You should be looking for quality, 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 quality. That's why you can't mess with people who are on some BS. That's why you can't mess with people who coming in, yeah, but they're very disrespectful and they run all kind of games. You can't mess with those types of people. Why? It's the same reason why it is that I don't take people seriously after they come in and they play games with me, Leo. It's because that same amount of time that they're supposed to be, the same amount of time that they were supposed to be loving you and being appreciative is the same amount of time that they actually use to be out here playing all these, I was about to say something. They out here playing all these silly little games, wasting time, Leo. That's why you should never forgive somebody who wastes your time. Never. You can forgive them in the context of you're not holding a grudge or any of that. But when I say never forgive, I mean let there be consequences. Don't ever hang out with these individuals. Don't ever take these individuals too seriously ever again. Don't ever let them do it. And then you have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords represent these people out here. They're going to try to shame you when you meet them if they aren't already doing it. Oh, Leo, why are you out here doing this? You Leos out here is tripping. That's the guilt trip. Don't allow them to do that to you. You know why? Because your mind is here. Freedom. That level of understanding that if you let these people slide with the I was about to say something, with the stuff that they're doing, then you'll never get the respect that you truly deserve. You know why? Because you let people out here play games with you. You let people out here be super disrespectful. You let people out here run game. And running game is not a good thing. I don't run game. You Leos shouldn't run game. You Leos should never run game on somebody. And as a matter of fact, it would serve you best not to run game. You know why? Because the only type of person who runs game is a person who doesn't really have anything of substance in order. That's a fact. Because if you are a supposed grown up, right, and you on big stuff, right, big stuff, you should be able to look at a person in their eyes and tell them, this is what it is that I got going on. I'm not saying for you to tell them every single thing. I'm not saying that. But anyone is supposed to tell them, look, this is what I got going on. You're not the only person. Look, I'm not saying that you going to be in a group forever, or I'm going to speak to a lot of different people forever. I'm dating around right now. It is what it is. And anybody who's going to make it seem like they on point should have the guts, should have the heart to tell somebody that, look, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. You know why? Because it's cowardice if you don't. Because there's a lane open for anyone and everyone. So there's a lane open for somebody who will accept you telling them directly that you're dating multiple people or something like that. So the only person who has to hide it is a coward. Don't let these people try to pump you up and make you think that you Leos are out here being cowards. You just not taking any of these people's stuff, and they don't like that. The Magician in the Judgment is about you taking responsibility for what you got, and you not letting people play you. And you will dump anybody, the Judgment, you'll dump anybody and stop hanging out with anybody who has too much of a problem with it, as you should. The Magician is about a person who rules over their existence. It's about a person who's taking responsibility for their existence and a responsibility for their actions and what, I should say, the way that they think. A magician is a person who decides to control their reality based upon controlling their mind, as well as, controlling reality too, because spells do work, most definitely. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you or sugarcoat it. Spells most definitely work. I know from personal experience myself, casting some spells and the spells coming true a few hours later. So all that too represents the Magician. Let's clarify the Judgment. Let's clarify the Judgment. You have the Three of Swords, the Chariot, the Judgment. We'll draw another card. The Ace of Wands. Right. Three of Swords. You are supposed to allow that heartbreak that you suffered from the past guide you in a direction that's beneficial for you. Wise, more intelligent. The will to take action. The Chariot. Never allow anybody to play you into thinking that you should allow them to do whatever it is that they want and completely disrespect you and get away with it at your expense. Put you up there, disrespect you. Then you have, I'm not going to clarify a card with the same card. And then you have the Ace of Wands. Any kind of games that they got going on, you Leos are supposed to put an end to that, because they're playing games. And when you play silly little games, you win silly little prizes. Like what? Like drama, jealousy, anger, conflict. You don't want all of that. Or at least you Leos should not want all of that. The cards fell. But a lot of you shouldn't want all of that. A lot of you shouldn't want any of that. Let's clarify the Magician. You've got the Two of Wands to clarify the Magician. You've got the Two of Wands. The Hangman. The Tower. The Two of Wands represents you on to bigger and better things. You're supposed to be. That's the point. The Hangman. You're also supposed to learn from your mistakes, learn from your shortcomings, as well as learn for the things that you do well. Every time I got out of a relationship, I learned something, what I was doing well. Encourage my partner to be better, strive, encourage them to strive for perfection through example, leading by example, all of that type of stuff. Practicing what it is that I'm preaching, all of that type of stuff. Where I went wrong in some of them, I needed to be more patient. I needed to not show them my hand as soon as I did. I needed to stop allowing those individuals to play any kind of games. I needed to walk away sooner. And these realizations are things that a lot of you Leos are going to start to have yourselves. Don't deny those realizations. Accept them. They are a part of your existence, and they are a part of your responsibility to finally start taking action. And then you have because I'm not going to clarify a card with the same card. And then you have the Tower. Don't allow people to also use physical intimacy to pump your head up to get you into a situation where you don't want to be. The Tower also is a card where you also have to learn that don't stress or force relationships. If the person, and don't worry, I'm gonna make a video talking about why a lot of people claiming to be alphas is fake, and I'm gonna prove why they're fake, because it kind of has something to do in common with what I'm gonna say right now. It's due to the fact that you can't force somebody to love you. You can't force somebody to be with you. If the person giving you all these issues and they don't want to do right, it's time to walk away. There's no point in you standing up to them and telling them, hey, come on now, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna talk this out. No, because the person should have known. What is it about them where they don't want to cooperate with what you've got going on? They don't want to work as a team. And they're already showing you that they're not built for it. So it means that it's time to walk away from that situation. Because trying to get them to participate is a dysfunctional errand. It's a fruitless errand. You're not going to get anything out of that but more pain and heartbreak. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Trying to get this YouTube channel to 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year. Right now, I'm at 2,349 subscribers. Please subscribe. Keep smashing that subscribe button, clicking that like button, and keep clicking the notification bell, and then click on the all notifications so you can get notified whenever I drop these beautiful videos. Peace.